And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes, and I'm back with another video. So you may be asking yourself, why is there a blank white screen with just a picture of a Mecha Okafor of all people on my screen right now? Well, I will explain that. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. But I'm going to be talking about what I expect from Retro 2K Volume 2. If you guys aren't aware, we had a leak earlier today. Kinda interesting leak, if I'm not mistaken. It was fake, but it ended up being fake. But either way, it got me thinking. It had some very interesting cards on it, which I was kind of surprised about. It was another one of those fake 2K Polish leaks, kind of similar to the one we got last time. It's basically just a photoshopped version for Retro 2K Volume 2, which had a tape cassette instead of a record at the bottom, which I think that actually sounds about right. Looks like it had a Pink Diamond Kevin Love, an Opal Lonzo, and a Diamond Rashard Lewis. Now, that part is fake. Now, the Retro 2K Volume 2, I think, might be real. So I'm going to go through a list of cards that I think are going to be in there. Starting with, yes, a Mecha Okafor. Now, you might be asking yourself, why do you think a Mecha Okafor of all people is going to be in there? Honestly, I can't answer that because I just don't know. It just makes too much sense for 2K. Like, does that make sense to everybody? Like, it's too 2K-like to go for a Mecha Okafor from the Primetime set. It's not even that cool with card art, but I just feel like if they run out of ideas, they'll just be like, yeah, you know what, man, like, Mecha Okafor, it's fine. Will this card be good? Probably not. He'll probably be able to shoot the mid-range a little bit, and, like, the best way I can describe him is he'll be really similar to Festus Ezeli from the Inferno set. Just, like, a pretty good moving center, I guess. I don't know. But I don't think it's at all out of the realm of possibility to see this happen. Now, another card I think we'll see happen is also from 2K18, which will be Dion Waiters. Notice the pause that I said that in because I'm just so unexcited about this. I remember this card from 2K18. He was actually fun to use. Dion Waiters used to be pretty decent in 2K, but once again, I don't know who was creating their card art back in 2K18, but this is gross. This is awful. Like, this looks like something I made in my 7th grade Photoshop design class. Like, I just used, like, a star stamp and went bam, bam, bam. Yeah, good enough. But either way, Dion Waiters could be a fun card to use. Another, like, budget scoring Ruby guy similar to, like, Rex Chapman. Or, like, maybe Gary Harris, somewhere around there. He could be fun to use, but I think we might be getting him in the near future. Maybe not this card, or this retro, but I think we'll get him in some sort of pack soon. This is the next card. This is one I really hope for. First off, number one, this is also from 2K18, so like you can see a very big disparity in the card art here. Like, this sucks. This is sick. Like, this card art is dope. This card I had as well, and I remember this card being super fun, and this was Quentin Richardson. Now, we haven't got Q-Rich this year. We did get him a couple times last year, so they do have the licensing still. Don't be surprised if you see this guy. Everything I said about Dion Waiters goes double for Quentin Richardson, but he'd be closer to like a Nick Anderson type player, where he's going to be more of a sharpshooting guy. And he would make sense for about what we were expecting for rubies at this point. Next up, the GOAT. Honestly, don't be shocked if we get this guy in either Retro 2K Volume 2 or Retro 2K Volume 3. This was like the most hyped Ruby last year. Everybody loved this card for good reason. He was incredible. I really don't think there's any way we don't get this card at some point in the future if we don't get it tomorrow with a Retro 2K set. Look at this awful card art for Tom Chambers. What the hell is this, 2K? Once again, don't be surprised if we see Tom Chambers. He always worms his way into a 2K pack at some point, even though literally no one in the world asks for Tom Chambers, ever. But he always somehow shows up in a promo pack. I do not understand it at all. And it's always like one of the better promo packs, too. Last year he was in Leap Year. No one asked for Tom Chambers, but guess what? Don't ask and ye shall receive from 2K because we got fucking Tom Chambers. And don't be surprised if we see him again tomorrow. That being said, it'll probably be an okay card, but nothing special. Yep. Reggie Lewis from 2K17. I believe he's from the Wingman set. Yeah, we're getting a Reggie Lewis card at some point. Whether it's going to be a high tier card or a budget beast remains to be seen, but doesn't he just look like he's from a 2K retro set? He does, right? He perfectly fits. Are you surprised at all if he pops up tomorrow? No, and he'll be one of the best rubies in the game. I want this card more than anything. I had to put him in here. Like, you know damn well we're not getting an Evo Jeremy Lin, but I will say they have been focusing a lot more on Evos lately. Don't be surprised if we see Mr. Jeremy Lin pop up. I will lose my shit, especially if he's an Evo Sapphire. I'll lose it, man. I'll straight up lose it if we get him. So we're going to move over to Amethyst now, and we got 2K16 Luol Deng. This card isn't special. There's nothing really special about this Playoff Moments card, but once again, just like Bismack Biyombo, like, can't you just see them putting him in the game and he being decent? I could. Now, there's also a Diamond 01 Vince Carter from 2K16, so I think we can see one of those two. I think that's almost guaranteed. Like, we're getting a Vince Carter at some point that's going to be about as good or probably slightly better than the Pink Diamond Possessed Vince Carter. It's just a matter of when, not if, with that card. Personally, I'd rather it be a Amethyst just because it'll be cheaper, and I like Vince Carter. I just don't want to have to pay $50K for a Vince Carter, but more than likely it's going to be a Diamond, but I can dream and hope it's an Amethyst instead. Sean Elliott, I think he's more of a throwback moments type of guy, but it's possible we see him. It's also possible we see Dale Ellis, because just like Tom Chambers, Dale Ellis is another guy we never fucking ask for, but 2K always just shoves down her throat at some point in a promo pack. So don't be surprised if we see Dale Ellis. I'll talk about a couple more Amethyst guys and another couple Ruby guys at the end of the video that I think we are for sure getting, but these are going to be guys that I think we may get. Now, Diamond-wise, look, I want Ron Artest. I want it to be Ron Artest so bad, but I know it's not going to be Ron Artest, and it hurts my soul. But I can dream. Now, this guy I think we're getting for sure. Like, I don't think there's any question about it. We're getting this throwback Playoff Moments to Hito Turkoglu. Like, it's pretty much washed. He'll have, like, I don't know, maybe like 8 or 9 Hoff badges, all shooting, maybe playmaking, and then he'll have like gold clamps, and he'll be an incredible diamond card. I don't think there's any way we don't get this card in a retro set this year, whether it be now or later. I think he's definitely coming. This card too, I remember this card being pretty tight at the time, and we haven't got an Aldridge card in a while. And last year we didn't get any promo Aldridge cards, so I think this makes sense for the retro feel that they're going for as well. Is 2K16 Diamond Aldridge. I don't think there's really any way that we don't see this card, personally. This card. Now, I don't think this one's incredibly likely because we already have a Diamond DeRozan, but I can dream. And the reason for that is just because I want a T-Mac clone, but I don't want to pay T-Mac prices, so DeMar DeRozan's my next best hope, realistically. But I could see them doing a Pink Diamond version of this card, perhaps. Something like that. I don't think it's going to be too long before we get another DeMar DeRozan. He's a pretty popular guy, right? Yeah, this one hurts my soul, but I know for a fact we're getting a Christian Laettner. Once again, like Tom Chambers and Dale Ellis, another guy no one asked for that 2K always shoves down our throat in a hyped-ass promo pack. Last year he was in Campus Legends and he was a Pink Diamond, and no one wanted it for obvious reasons. This card art, though, at the same time is pretty sick. This is a pretty... 2K is not going to pass up the opportunity to use this Dream Team card, right? And they can't use 90% of the guys from the Dream Team, so... Because A, they've either gotten high-tier cards already recently, or B, like Charles Barkley, they just won't be in the game, so... Christian Laettner makes the most sense, right? Him or John Stockton. Those are the two guys that make the most sense. We've got Larry, we've got Magic, we've got MJ. Obviously, we could see an Opal MJ at any point, but it's not going to be the USA Dream Team one. Yes. Joe Dumars. Why Joe Dumars? Was he good at the time? No. Is he ever good in 2K? No. Does that stop 2K from giving him high-tier cards every single year? Also no. So, don't be surprised if Joe Dumars is in the mix, and he probably sucks. Like, I'm just being real. They do it every single year. Joe Dumars gets like a Pink Diamond or something. No one asks for it. He's not that good. Don't be surprised if it happens again. This is about the time of year when 2K starts to throw random dudes like high-tier cards just to satisfy people. Oh yeah, okay. Danny Manning. This card is once again another hope, but he was one of the most hyped cards last year, and Lamar Odom would have been the other one, but I don't think we're getting a third Lamar Odom already at this point. So, like I said, I think they start putting 2K20 guys into the retro pack, starting with the next retro pack. If not that one, the one after. And I think Dante DiVincenzo and Danny Manning will be two of the first ones. This card had a lot of hype last year. A lot of people like it. They're going to want to try to sell packs. If they throw a Diamond Danny Manning in there, people are going to buy packs based strictly on that. That being said, this was one of my favorite Diamond cards last year. I love this card. Campus Legends. Bam. Great set. Darius Miles. Now, was this a really popular card last year? Not really. But if they're going to work some 2K20 guys in the mix, they're not going to, like, pardon the way I say this, but, like, blow their load early by putting in guys like Jeff Green or, like, who's another Pink Diamond? Eddie Curry or Dino. They're not going to, or Pink Diamond point guard Giannis. Like, they're not going to do Pink Diamonds like that yet. So throwing someone who's pretty good, like a Darius Miles, who, like, people are going to buy packs to get this card because he's a fun guy. But at the same time, like, are they going to, like, kill themselves later? No, of course not. So Darius Miles makes a lot of sense for who they might put in at a Pink Diamond level. Jeff Green, like I said, I don't think they put any of the fan favorites guys in there because that's just going to make them too much money later. So why blow it now? But be on the lookout. This card was incredible last year. Now, this was from the 2K leak from earlier, as they had this Pink Diamond Kevin Love. And I think, honestly, even though it was fake and not real, I think they deadass got this right. I think we for sure see this Kevin Love tomorrow. Like, this makes too much sense. This makes an absurd amount of sense. It's a card they haven't put out in a while. It's not a guy that's going to hurt their financial, market share in the future. Like, he's not going to be an incredible card, but he'll be a fun card nonetheless. This just makes way too much sense for it not to be accurate. Like, maybe it isn't. It probably isn't accurate, but at the same time, I could totally see them putting this Kevin Love into the packs. I thought that before I even saw the leak. I was like, oh yeah, they're giving us a Pink Diamond Kevin Love soon. And then I saw the leak. I'm putting air quotes up. And I was like, oh shit, yeah, that makes sense. And it's a retro card, of course. This is all making too much sense. Steph Curry. Now, I might be mistaken, but I was pretty sure this was a Pink Diamond. This is from 2K16, so I'm guessing they just have the wrong card art. But come on, look at the card art. We're getting a Pink Diamond Steph at some point. Wouldn't this be the perfect card art for it? Of course it would. Maybe it's an Opal Steph. Who knows? They could do anything with this because it's not technically a Pink Diamond. So, but look at him. It's little Steph Curry holding up his 2 trophies, looking all stoic or whatever. Perfect. This is exactly. We're definitely getting this card, right? If we're getting a retro set, this card's definitely in the mix for sure. And if not, we're getting a Pink Diamond Steph Curry that's slightly better than the Season 1 reward relatively soon. If not, an Opal. Lonzo Ball. First off, this looks like a fucking 2002 Got Milk ad from the middle of a Sports Illustrated Kids edition. He's missing the milk mustache, but other than that, can you not picture Got Milk right here by Lonzo Ball? Of course you can. This is the ugliest, most hideous fucking card I've seen in a while. That also means it's incredibly likely 2K uses it. That being said, I think we get a high tier Lonzo card at some point. Maybe they use one of the Opals from 2K19. I think there's a Pink Diamond from 2K19 too. Also, just before I even go any further, Pink Diamond Bonga is not in here, and I think that's because that's a card they're going to use later on down the line. So, but we're getting a Lonzo card soon. Why not do it now? Why not put this dusty card in the mix? This is an awful picture. If I was him, I would have been so pissed. Karl Anthony Towns is another one. I can totally see them doing a Pink Diamond. Both of these are from 2K18, by the way. But Karl Anthony Towns Signature Edition makes total sense. Pink Diamond obviously would be like 95. But stats-wise, he'd be great. He'd be another shooting center. I don't think they do him and Kevin Love, so I think it's either him or Kevin Love. But this makes a lot of sense. I wouldn't be surprised. Now for the Opals. 100%. If it's not retro, it's soon. It just depends. Like, they could use this Giannis to sell the retro packs, because whatever pack that an Opal Giannis is in is going to sell through the roof. Honestly doesn't matter what even is in the pack with him. But they could use this to easily sell the Giannis. This was a 2K19 Giannis, who was an absolute god. A lot of people have been saying they think this is going to be in the retro set. I totally agree with them. Whether that be a Dark Matter for future retro or it's going to be the Opal now, it's hard to tell. Jimmer Fredette. This is a wild card one. First off, the card art's really sick. Second off, it's Bulls Jimmer, which is so fucking tight. Third, obviously he'll be a pink diamond, not an opal, but don't sleep on it. Jimmer Fredette, they like to throw him in promo packs for no reason. He's fun in 2K, so I would not be surprised at all. Another Ruby guy I think we for sure see. All my budget gods from 2K17 remember this Matthew Dellavedova playoff moments card. This dude was sick. He could shoot, he could defend, he could facilitate, he was kind of fast. He was tight, and I would be super stoked if they put him in the game. Now, is he touching Jarrett Jack? Probably not. But is he better than glitched Markelle Fultz? It's possible. At the way power scaling works, it's not out of the realm possibility. This Marvin Bagley from Generation Next, this set was awesome. The card art is awesome as well, and all the cards are really good in 2K19. This is one of the last promo sets in 2K19, and this whole set is tight. But this Marvin Bagley would be a great Amethyst to throw in the game. We don't really have that many good Amethyst big men outside of Dino and that Blake Griffin that we got, so giving us like a Marvin Bagley would make a lot of sense. Jason Terry. Why Jason Terry? Once again, it's just another guy 2K would throw in here for no reason whatsoever, even though no one wants him. Don't be surprised. Robert Horry. Another guy 2K would just throw in there for no reason. Nobody liked this throwback elite Robert Horry when it came out. But guess what? Doesn't mean they're not going to put it in the game. Jeff Green. This is actually much more likely. Is them giving us like a Amethyst Jeff Green as opposed to giving us that pink diamond one. Jeff Green's been a hyped card this year through the Emerald, so I think we're going to get a higher tier Jeff Green at some point. It's just a matter of when, not if. Channing Frye. Now, obviously, they'll have to scale him up to a Ruby, like they did with Sim Blular, but this is one of the most hyped cards in 2K history for a reason. I don't think 2K is going to miss out on giving it to us. I think with the retro set, we're going to get cards like this all year. Why not give us Channing Frye now while you can still make Rubies viable in the game? And honestly, he'll be sick. He'll be super sick. He'll be like a better version of Thonmaker. And of course, Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba, this is almost, I'm not going to say almost, this is 100% going to be in a Retro 2K set. Just which one? Is it going to be Volume 2 or Volume 3? Either way, he's going to be in it. We already got Jonathan Isaac. We already got Thonmaker. We got fucking Sim Blular. We're definitely getting this Mo Bamba card. Everyone loved this card at some point. I don't think there's any way we don't see this card from 2K18. I just really don't. I think this is 1000% coming. Shout out to 2K15. I think it was 2K15, Zach Levine. Also being a card that we could potentially see, but I think that's less likely, especially with Rubies being out the door already. Or not Rubies, Emeralds. Now this Diamond Wiggins, another guy that I think we're going to get another card of. There's not a bunch of Wiggins that make sense. So this one would be fun. It's retro. It's the signature. It's from a weird year. All the staples of Retro 2K. So, and honestly, I'll use Wiggins. Look at him in his Cavs jersey. That's hilarious. He didn't even play a game for you guys. That's great. Wait, did he? Did he play for? Yeah, he did. He did. Never mind. I just always picture him as a Timberwolf. It just throws me off that he was even a Cavalier for a little bit. Someone comment down below and let me know if you played games for the Cavs. I just honestly don't remember. But yeah, this makes sense. We're going to get an updated Wiggins card. He's been doing really well this year. Well, at least recently anyway. He's been doing better, I should say, for the Golden State Warriors. So if we don't get one of these for Retro, we'll definitely get a Moments Wiggins at some point. So I like Wiggins in game. He's one of my favorite wings in the game. Like last year, I loved the Pink Diamond Wiggins. And when we got an Opal Wiggins later, I was a big fan of that one as well. Championship Playoff Moments, Pascal Siakam as the Opal. This actually makes sense for them to not burn up the second Opal spot with somebody who's ungodly hyped. Like if they're going to have Giannis out there, or if they're going to have another guy like a Kobe or something, you want to put a guy next to him that's not necessarily going to sell packs on his own. This card makes so much sense. This Opal Pascal Siakam, A, it's retro. B, card art's pretty cool. He's holding a trophy. And C, I'd be hyped because I love Pascal Siakam in game. But if they do a Kobe, yeah, this would be the Kobe. This has to be the Kobe, right? Look at him. He's dunking. There's a Kobe signature. There's 1 out of 81. Signature limited. This just screams Retro 2K. Also, it's dope. It's so dope. Now, I will say that we're not that far removed from Pink Diamond Kobe, so But it did just pass the anniversary of his passing, so don't count out 2K from dropping one. This one's just me. I can just hope and dream for the Zochi to come back, but I do think he's going to come back in some form this year. He's either going to get an original card or they're going to give him a retro card, and if they do, obviously it has to be this one. It literally has to be this one. It cannot be any other one 2K. This guy was a god in GTO last year. Easily my favorite card at the Amethyst tier. Bull is a close second, I will say, but Zochi was better. Just because him and Jeremy Lin just worked really well together. I don't know, just the spacing that those two provided, killer on TTO last year. And then finally, Draymond Green. I think this is the perfect card to introduce out of position guys to NBA 2K21 because he's not too overpowered. We haven't seen a Draymond card in a while. He'll still sell packs a little bit because people who like Draymond like him a lot. This card was really good, but he wasn't overpowered last year. He was kind of the perfect Opal last year. This was around the time that cards weren't really completely overpowered yet. Like Draymond was really good, but at the same time he had flaws. This is the perfect time to introduce this Draymond to the game and to introduce out of position guys. Now the problem is once 2K does that, they've pretty much pulled the fucking cork back, and all of a sudden we're gonna get flooded with out of position guys. We're gonna get like point guard Andre Karolinkos and stuff, which we don't need. So I'm kind of hoping they don't drop this card, but if they do, he will be a premier point guard in this game. So anyways, comment down below what guys that you think we're going to be seeing in NBA 2K21's retro packs from this point forward. I think if we do not get it this week, we will get it next week. We're definitely going to get it this season, and I think I'm going to get at least a couple of these right. Like I think for sure we're going to see a few of these cards in those retro set. So like I said, if you got some other guys that you think might be in the retro 2K sets, drop them down below in the comments. As always, I'll be back with multiple videos tomorrow with whatever content we're getting. Knowing my luck, while I'm like recording this, they'll have like some sort of content leak and I'll be all pissed off, but we'll see. Either way, as always, it's been your boy Cheap Loot, and it's been a pleasure. Check my description for all my stuff, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.